Hello, and if you've found us through the Yoto player, welcome. It's so lovely to have you here. I'm Dave, co-founder of Zeepy, and if these stories are helping bedtime in your house, we're building something for you. The Zeepy app. New stories, meditations, sounds and songs, all with Kip and the Zeepy world for every part of bedtime. It's nearly ready, so to get early access as one of our founding listeners, join the waiting list at zeepy.co/app. That's zeepy.co/app. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, the link's in the show notes too. Right, over to Ollie.
Hello dear friends, and welcome to the Zeepy Sleep Podcast. Tonight's story is called The Loud River. This story is made to be played while winding down. That quiet time before bed, when the day slows down and the world grows gentle again. When your Zeepy clock glows purple, it's a sign that it's time to begin letting the day go. In this soft adventure, a small badger comes to the forest with a feeling too big to settle, and Slumber the Sloth invites her to sit beside the river for a while. Together they listen to the rushing water, notice the steady stones beneath, and breathe slowly as the river, and the evening grows gentle again. This story helps children feel that big feelings are welcome, that someone kind can sit with them through those feelings, and that calm often comes when the day is allowed to soften in its own time. Before we begin, a gentle note for the grown-ups listening. If these stories are part of your bedtime routine, you can follow or subscribe to the podcast so they're always ready when night falls. And if you feel like it, a quiet rating or review helps us share these gentle stories with more families. Thank you for being here. Now let's settle in together. A cozy blanket, a deep breath, and a story to end the day. Everything has come to the starlight forest, and everything smells of rain. Not the sharp, sudden kind, the heavy rain that falls for hours and hours. It has turned the earth soft and dark, and filled the air with the smell of wet bark and cool stone. The ferns are still heavy with it, bowing low like sleepy heads. Little drops hold onto the tips of leaves, catching the last grey light before letting go. And the river, well, the river has been running all day. Not its usual gentle song. No, tonight the river is louder than that. Tonight the river sounds the way a feeling sounds when it has nowhere else to go. It tumbles over stones it normally whispers past, splashing and hurrying along as though something inside it still hasn't finished. Up in his oak tree, Slumber hangs from a low branch, his long arms curled around the bark, his claws hooked gently into the grooves. He is watching the sky. The last of the clouds are dragging slowly eastward, heavy and in no hurry at all. Below him, the moss is dark with rain, and the river rushes on. He doesn't look worried. He looks like someone who has heard this voice before. A sound, small and quick, down between the roots. Slumber tilts his head, slowly, the way Slumber does everything, and looks down. A young badger is standing at the base of his tree, Her paws are muddy, her fur is damp. Her breathing is quick and small, and she is pacing, a short, tight line between two roots. Turning, pacing again. Turn, pace. Turn, pace. Her claws press into the wet earth with every step, leaving little half-moon marks in the mud. Something had happened during the day, something big, something that filled her up. And now evening has come, and all that feeling has nowhere to go. She can't settle, she can't be still. She is too full of the day to let it leave. Slumber watches for a quiet moment. He doesn't ask what happened. He doesn't say everything is all right. He just says in that warm, slow voice of his, "I was just about to go and sit beside the river for a while. There's a room if you'd like to come." The badger stops pacing. She looks up at him, her dark eyes still troubled. She hesitates. One breath, two, and then she nods. Slumber lets go of the branch and comes down, in no hurry at all, bark creaking softly under his weight until his feet find the moss below, with barely a sound. He quietly turns toward the river and begins to walk, and the badger follows, her quick steps falling in beside his slow ones. The path to the bank is short, just a few paces through the wet ferns, and then they reach it. The sound of the water fills everything. The river is loud here, louder than either of them, tumbling and splashing over every stone. They sit together on the mossy bank. The badger stares at the water. Her claws press into the moss beneath her. Her shoulders are tight. She is watching the river the way someone watches something that looks exactly the way they feel. And she can't look away. Slumber sits beside her, close enough that she knows he's there, but not so close that she feels crowded. He watches the water too. He doesn't speak. He doesn't hum. He just sits, and the river tumbles and the forest drips, and the sky slowly, slowly begins to clear above the canopy. After a long while, not a short while, not a polite pause, but a real, true while, Slumber speaks. "Look," he says quietly, "the stones." The badger blinks. She looks where he is looking, down beneath the surface. "They're still here," Slumber says. "The water is loud tonight, but it hasn't moved the stones. They're right where they always are." And they are. Beneath all that tumbling water, the stones sit steady and smooth, exactly where they have always been. The current pours over them, around them, past them, but the stones don't move. They never have. Slumber breathes in slowly through his nose and breathes out long and easy. And a hum comes out with the breath, low and warm, not louder than the river, not trying to be, just beneath it, the way the stones are beneath the current. The badger watches him, and without anyone asking her to, without anyone telling her how, she begins to breathe at the same pace. In with slumber, out with slumber. Her claws loosen in the moss. Her shoulders begin, just barely, to soften. And something else happens, so gently that neither of them notices it at first. The rain has stopped. The sky has been clearing for a while now, the clouds pulling apart like cotton, and the rain that fed the river all day long has simply finished. The river hasn't noticed yet. It's still tumbling, still loud, but the source has stopped. And slowly, so slowly, the gaps between the splashes grow a half breath longer. A star appears, just one at first, a small bright point of light between the branches overhead, where the clouds have pulled apart enough to let it through. Then another, then 3 more, scattered across the clearing sky, and the river gently, with no one telling it to, begins to slow. The tumbling softens to a ripple, the splashing eases to a murmur. The water grows smooth and dark, finding the same old path it has always known around those same steady stones, the stones that never moved. Even the river runs fast after a big rain, Slumber says softly, but it always remembers how to settle again. The badger is still beside him. Her fur has dried in the cool evening air. Her breathing is slow and steady now, and her paws rest open on the moss, claws tucked away. She is watching the water, but differently now. Not the way you watch something that scares you, the way you watch something that is becoming itself again. A firefly blinks above the water, a single gold point of light, there and gone and there again, reflected in the calming surface below. Shall we breathe with the river? Slumber asks, very, very quietly. And they do, together. One long breath in as the current gathers, one long breath out as the water slips gently past, in and out. The river and the sloth and the badger, all breathing the same slow, easy breath. The badger leans just slightly towards Slumber's side. He doesn't move away. He doesn't move closer. He is simply there, warm and steady. And that is enough. Fireflies rise now, dozens of them, the way they do every evening, weaving ribbons of gold between the branches. The river murmurs its old gentle song, low and steady, almost a lullaby. The sky is full of stars. Slumber and the badger have made their way back to the root hollow beneath the whispering oak, where the thistledown and dried clover make a soft, warm nest. The badger is curled against Slumber's side, her nose tucked under her paw. Slumber's fur is warm against the cool night air. His eyes are half closed. His hum has faded to something quieter than quiet. Just the memory of a sound held in the chest. The thistledown is soft beneath her. The hollow is warm around her, and her breathing has become so slow. It is almost part of the forest's own rhythm. The river murmurs its old gentle song, and somewhere beside it, tucked against warm grey fur, in a hollow lined with thistledown, a small badger is already halfway to dreaming. The forest settles around them, not because anyone asked it to, but because the storm has passed and everything knows what comes after. When the sun rests, we can rest too. You are safe. You are loved. Everything good is close by. And if you are listening alone tonight, the river is singing for you too. Slow and gentle, just like